Hello all, and welcome to Miss Martin's classroom. For these writing into the day sessions, I want you to have a pen or pencil ready to go with some paper in front of you. Inspired by how Linda Reef teaches quick writes, I'm going to ask you to write for a solid 3 to 5 minutes. Even if you feel like you don't have anything to write about, I want you to keep trying to write anything you can for the entire time. There will be a moment in these podcasts after I read the poem where I ask you to pause. This is the time where you should pause the podcast and try to write for 3 to 5 minutes. Once you write for at least 3 minutes, or however long the creative current takes you, you may unpause the podcast. Today's Writing into the Day podcast will be featuring a poem by Oriah Mountain Dreamer, The Invitation. Have your pen or pencil out and be ready to write. As I read this poem, I want you to think about what your passions are, what you long to do. What makes you feel alive? Think about fear from doing something and whether you have embraced that fear or let it control your actions. Think about how you make your impact on the world and what legacies you plan to leave behind in your wake. Keep these ideas in mind as I read. The Invitation by Oriah Mountain Dreamer. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you will risk looking like a fool for love, for your dream, for the adventure of being alive. It doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you have touched the center of your own sorrow, if you have been opened by life's betrayals, or if you have become shriveled and closed from fear of further pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it, or fade it, or fix it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own, if you can dance with wildness, and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, to remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me if the story you are telling me is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself, if you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. If you can be faithless and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty even when it is not pretty every day, and if you can source your own life from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine, and still stand at the edge of the lake and shout to the silver of the full moon, yes! It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after the night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs to be done to feed the children. It doesn't interest me who you know, or how you came to be here. I want to know if you will stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where, or what, or with whom you have studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself, and if you truly like the company you keep in the empty moments. Now, we will be writing for at least 3 minutes, or however long the creative current takes you. Write as quickly and as specifically as you can about whatever this poem brings to your mind. If you find yourself drawing a blank, you can always take a line from the poem and use it to lead your thinking. Please pause the podcast now, and when you are finished, please unpause. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also check out my hashtag MSMReadyToRead and follow me on Instagram at ms_martins_class for more writing into the day and fun lessons that are sure to engage you and your kiddos. Thanks for listening.